Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. I am Savita teacher and I am teaching grade 4 science. And today I am teaching lesson number 4 matter. Let us learn about matter. Molecules means what is mean by what matter, what is mean by molecules, what is the states, what are the states of matter, change of state, and what is solution. Now dear student, look around you and name the things that are around you and that have weight and take up space. Dear student, you look around and name the things around you that have weight and take up space. You can see your family members around you, and again what you can see, what can you see? See, you can see furniture, wall. If any plant is there at your home, there may be a pet. So things are around you and that take up space and that have weight also. So anything that has weight and takes up space is called matter, and the amount of space that matter takes up or occupies is called its volume. See student, whatever things are there around you and that has weight and takes up space is called matter. For example, I will tell you this book. Book has weight and it takes up space. So book is called matter. And the amount of space that matter occupies or that matter takes up is called its volume. Now see, all the living things such as animals, birds and plants are made up of matter. Means all animals, birds, plant have some weight and they takes up space. So that's why they are called matter. And even all non-living things such as books, balls, wood, water and air are made up of matter. Now look at this wall. The wall is made up of many bricks. You can see here bricks are there and many bricks come together and we can build a wall with that. In the same way, matter is made up of tiny particles. These particles are much smaller than a grain of a sand, and millions of tiny particles together form a matter. So each matter is made up of small particles. Means matter is made up of tiny particles and the particles are smaller than a grain of sand. Now things like chair, table, water, bird and even human is made up of millions and millions tiny particles. These tiny particles are called molecules. The molecules of different substances are different from each other. Okay, now I will explain again. The molecules in this stone are different from molecules of book. As I told you, now each matter is made up of millions and millions of tiny particles, and that particles are called molecules. So what the point is here, the molecules of different substances are different from each other. Means the molecules of stone are different from the molecules of book. Now we will see the states of matter. There are three states of matter. those are solid, liquid and gas. Means you can see matter in the solid state, in liquid state and even in gas state. We will see example also. Now see, here are example. Stone is a matter and stone is in solid state. Water is also matter and water is in liquid state, and air, in the balloon air is there, so air is matter and it is in gas state. So there are three states of matter, those are solid, liquid and gas. Now we will learn in detail about solid. Book, stone, table, chair are solids, and solids have definite shape and volume, and in a solid the molecules are packed close to each other. Now I will explain little in detail. Now see, this is a book, and if see observe the shape of book. If I keep the shape this book on the table, the shape is same, and if I hold the book in hand, again the shape is same, and if I keep this book in the bag, again the shape will be same, means there is no change in shape. If I change the place of book, means solid things, if they change, we change the place of solid, the shape will remain same. Means in the bag also it will be it has same shape. If I keep the book on the table, then also it is means it has same shape. So the solids have definite shape, and on the table also it occupies space, even in the bag also it occupies the same space, so it has definite volume. Even you see the stone, I can hold stone in the hand and the shape of stone is same, and here also if I keep this stone on the table, even the shape is same. Means solids have definite shape and it occupies space, so it has definite volume. And in solid the molecules are packed close to each other. You can see in the picture the molecules are packed close to each other. That's why they have a definite shape. Now here are some examples. Book, stone, table, chair, or this one toys, any vehicles, these are example of solid, and these all have a definite shape and definite volume. Now we will see liquid. Here you can see juice, water, milk, these are liquids. Now one more activity I want to show you. Before that we will see what is exactly liquid. See, you know water, milk and juice are liquids. A liquid has definite volume but no definite shape, and in a liquid the molecules are packed as close together they are in a solid. Means in a liquid the molecules are not packed as close together as they are in solid. See students, I will explain you that liquid has definite volume but it doesn't have definite shape. See, here are three different type of container. Means here one bottle is there, glass is there and bowl is there, and just now I poured water in this bottle. The shape of bottle and glass is different. Now the water has taken the shape of this bottle. Now you can see here, and if I pour this water in glass, the shape of water is changed. The water has taken the shape of glass. Now I will pour this water in bowl. Now you can see the water has taken the shape of bowl. So the amount of water is same in the bottle. Whatever the water was there, I poured in glass, the same amount was there, and again the water from glass I poured in bowl. So amount of water is same, means it has definite volume. But when I change the place, means when I poured water from bottle into glass and from glass into water, the volume means the space, the shape of the water is changed, means water has definite volume, but liquid does not have definite shape. Dear student, listen carefully. Liquid has a definite volume, but it does not have definite shape, because it changes shape according to the container. And in a liquid, the molecules are not packed as close together as they are in solid. Now the molecules in liquid can move around more freely. That's why liquid can flow. If you want to carry solid, you can carry it in hand, but if you want to carry liquid, you need some container. You cannot carry liquid in hand. Now we will see the gas state. You can see there is air in the balloon and there is air in ball. So we can't see air, but we know that there is air in the balloon. That's why balloon can fly, go up, and even ball can bounce because air is there. Now here see, air is a gas, and a gas does not have definite shape and definite volume also. Means gas will take the space of container, or where we squeeze that, where we squeeze the air, or where we pass the air, that space it takes. And in a gas, the molecules are far away from each other. You can see in the picture, in a gas the molecules are far away from each other, and they move around more freely in the space available. Means now in the room air is there, so it can move around freely, the space available to them. So one more example I will show you for this. Molecules of gas can be squeezed into small container or spread out in a big container. The same amount of air in the first small box, it is there, air molecules, it can be squeezed in smaller space or small container, and it can be spread out in a big container also. Now when you blow balloon, you squeeze air into the balloon, okay, and when you let it out, the air out, the molecules of air spread over the room and it occupies larger volume. So gas does not have definite volume also and definite shape also. Now we will see change in state. Ice is solid, everybody know that. Ice cubes are in solid state. And a small problem is there. Okay. Now see, ice is in solid state, and when you heat ice cubes, it becomes water. Means on heating, solid change into liquid, and on further heating, water changes into a gas. It is called water vapor. Means when you heat, see here, change of state, the solid become a liquid on heating, and a liquid becomes a gas on further heating. Now see, when we heat ice, it change into water, and when we heat more, the water change into water vapor. Means what happened here? Solid change into liquid state, and liquid state change into gas state. So there is change on heating in state of matter. So when water vapor, now see, now we saw, we just now learn what is the change on heating. We will see now what will change in on cooling. When water vapor is cooled, it changes into water, and when water is cooled further, it changes into ice. Thus matter can change from one state to another on cooling also. So on cooling, water vapor change into water, and water vapor change into ice. Means gas state change into liquid, and liquid state change into solid state on cooling. Even butter and wax melt when you heat them in a pan. You might be observed when your mother is cooking, if she put butter in pan, and when she heats it, it melts. Even you have might be seen the candle, when you light it, the solid wax change into liquid, means it melts and it starts flowing also. So butter and wax melt when you heat them in a pan, and even metals like iron also melts on heating. But dear student, take note that it has to be heated much more than butter or wax, and this can be done only in the factory. We can't do any things like this melting metal like iron or anything. But you might be observed that butter and wax melt when you heat them in pan. Now we will do one activity here. What we are going to do, see, just listen carefully first. We are going to take water in a glass, and we are going to add a teaspoon of sugar to it. Here I will show you. I have taken water in glass, and I will mark here. Means this much water I have taken in glass. Now what I will do, I will add 1 teaspoon of sugar in this, and I will stir it. See, before stirring you can see some sugar you can see here, and when I will mix with spoon, when I am stirring this, you will notice that sugar slowly disappears, means it is dissolving in the water. Yes. Now sugar has dissolved in the water. Now it tastes sweet. You know that if you are making lemonade or lemon juice, that time you are adding sugar in that, so it tastes sweet. So whenever you are adding sugar, So the sugar dissolve in the water and water tastes sweet. Why? Because that sugar molecules are dissolved in the water, and now we call this as solution of sugar. When sugar dissolve in the water, this sweet, it tastes sweet, and this sweet water is called solution of sugar. Now, and what we can call that sugar? When the water dissolves, when sugar dissolve in the water, that we will get solution of sugar, and the sugar is called solute, and the water that dissolve the sugar is called solvent. Now solids that dissolve completely in water are called soluble substance. Just now we have seen that sugar has dissolved in the water, and even you can dissolve, means if you add salt in the water, it will also dissolve in the water. So the substance or the solid that dissolves completely in water are called soluble substance. Means examples are sugar and salt. But the solids that do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substance, and the example is sand. So here I brought sand also. Now we will add this sand in water. If I try to dissolve it, you will see the this one sand this grain of sand will remain like that only, because sand is insoluble substance, insoluble solid. So it will not dissolve in water, but sugar get dissolved in water, so sugar is soluble substance. Now see, in a liquid the molecules are not, why sugar dissolved in the water, we will see that. In a liquid the molecules are not packed very close to each other. Just means when we saw the liquid part, means molecules, what is the space between liquid and all, we have learned that in a liquid the molecules are not packed very close together, and there is space between the molecules. And when sugar dissolve in water, the sugar molecules fill this space. Now here you can see in picture A water molecules are there, and in picture B we added solid, means that blue molecules represent water molecule, and red molecules, whatever red molecules you can see, that represents solid molecules. Here in the picture A only water is there, so space is there in between, but when you add solid in water, that the space between air molecule or gas molecules that is filled by the molecules of solid, so there is no increase in the volume. Here you can see I have marked before adding sugar, and when I added sugar, the volume means the level of water is not increased. Why? Because sugar dissolved in the water, and molecules of sugar has taken space between the water molecule. Now we will see what is saturated solution. Now one spoonful of sugar we added in that, and it got dissolved. If we go on dissolving sugar in water, after some time you will find that sugar stops dissolving, and this is because all the empty space between the water molecules are now filled with sugar molecules. We will do that activity also. Already I added here 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now again I will add in that See, sugar, till it is here, you can see in the spoon, I can show you this one sugar. After some time, sugar will not dissolve in the water. Why? Because the space between water molecule is already occupied with the molecules of sugar. After some time, there is no space between, empty space between the water molecules. So we can't dissolve more sugar in that. So this is called saturated solution. See, when we will keep on adding sugar in water, at one stage it comes that we cannot dissolve sugar in water. So why? Because there is no more space, empty space between water molecule, so we cannot dissolve sugar in water. So sugar will not dissolve in the water, and this solution is called saturated solution. Now in this way, today we learn about matter. What is matter? So matter is anything that take up space, and matter has weight. And matter is made up of tiny particles called molecules. And we have learned that there are three states of matter, that are solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid and gas are the three states of matter. And heating and cooling cause change in the state of matter. Means when you heat solid, it change into liquid state, and when you heat liquid, it change into gas state. Again, even cooling cause changes in state of matter. So when you cool the water vapor, means gas, it changes into liquid state, and when you cool liquid, it changes into solid state. So heating and cooling cause changes in the state of matter. And now after that we learn that some solids dissolve in a liquid to form a solution, and the substance that dissolve in liquid are called soluble substance, and the substance which does not dissolve in liquid are called insoluble substance. Now dear student, you have to read the lesson number 4, that is matter, from textbook. You have to underline new words and try to solve the textbook exercise. If any difficulties are there, I am going to solve in next session. Thank you.